The Syrian civil war has taken another dramatic turn. Rebel forces have seized control of Hama and Aleppo. These victories mark a significant escalation of the conflict. The capture of these cities, particularly Aleppo, Syria's former economic hub, is a symbolic and strategic blow to the Assad regime. Hama holds historical significance as a center of resistance against the Assad regime. Its fall demonstrates the rebels' growing strength. Aleppo, once a bustling metropolis, has been reduced to rubble after years of fighting. Its capture further weakens Assad's grip on the country. These developments have sent shockwaves through the region and beyond. The international community is grappling with the implications of a resurgent rebel movement. The situation on the ground remains fluid, with reports of ongoing clashes between government forces and rebels. The speed and scale of the rebel advance have surprised many observers. The Syrian army, once considered a formidable force, appears to be crumbling. The fall of Hama and Aleppo raises serious questions about the Assad regime's ability to maintain control. The rebel offensive has been spearheaded by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS, a jihadist group. HTS has emerged as a dominant force in the Syrian conflict. The group's ideology is rooted in Salafism, a strict interpretation of Islam. HTS has capitalized on the chaos of the civil war to expand its influence. The group has exploited the Syrian military's weaknesses, including low morale and dwindling resources. They have also gained support from some civilians disillusioned with the Assad regime. HTS seeks to establish an Islamic emirate in Syria. Their ultimate goal is the overthrow of the Assad regime and the creation of an Islamic state. The group's rise has raised concerns among Western powers and regional actors. HTS's growing power has further complicated the already complex situation in Syria. The group's presence has exacerbated existing tensions between different rebel factions. The international community is divided on how to deal with HTS. The capture of Hama and Aleppo represents a significant setback for Bashar al-Assad. His regime is facing its most serious challenge yet. The loss of these cities has further diminished Assad's authority. The Syrian army has been weakened by years of war. Defections, casualties, and a shortage of supplies have taken their toll. The regime has become increasingly reliant on foreign fighters and militias. The fall of Homs, a strategic city in western Syria, would be a devastating blow to Assad. Homs connects Damascus, the capital, to coastal areas still under government control. Its loss would isolate Assad's strongholds. The international community remains divided on how to resolve the Syrian crisis. Russia and Iran continue to support Assad, while Western powers have called for his departure. The lack of a unified international response has emboldened the Assad regime and its allies. The Syrian conflict has entered a new and unpredictable phase. The capture of Hama and Aleppo by rebel forces has shifted the balance of power. The future of Syria remains uncertain, with multiple scenarios possible. The Assad regime, despite its losses, is unlikely to collapse immediately. It still possesses significant military capabilities and the support of powerful allies. However, the regime's hold on power is weakening. A negotiated settlement to the conflict appears distant. The Syrian government and the opposition remain deeply divided. Previous attempts at peace talks have failed to produce tangible results. The humanitarian crisis in Syria continues to worsen. Millions have been displaced internally and externally. The country's infrastructure lies in ruins. The international community must prioritize addressing the humanitarian needs of the Syrian people.